been in there for an hour.
1 second. Hey, what's up, folks? Ben here. Inventor of mountain biking, number 1. Number 2, like 6 Ferraris. I really enjoy mountain biking, and I live in the great state of Wyoming. We grew up here. Actually, I was born here, and I met my wife in high school, and we got married right out of high school, started a family, and we had to move to Texas. This was about 3 years ago. So we moved to South Texas for almost 2 years. And right before then, coincidentally, I had fallen madly in love with mountain biking. I was a pretty serious road cyclist, and I still like that. But my brother-in-law was like, "Man, you got to try this mountain biking thing." We were on vacation in Jackson, of all places, and so we went and rented a couple of bikes and pedaled to the top of Snow King, and I was hooked right away. I fell in love with the sport. Hey there.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, dog? Just don't touch it, okay? You just can't touch it. I, kind of speaking of families and biking and traditions and stuff like that, a cool thing, that having kids, you always see these drawings that they crank out and the little imaginations of a 2 or 3 year old. The things that they're able to produce on paper, I think, are pretty fascinating. And so I started a kind of a cool project as soon as my youngest daughter Peyton was starting to doodle, and so I have started to, as they would draw things that I thought were particularly interesting, I would get that tattooed on my leg as kind of a just kind of a timestamp of that stage of their life, or whatever that would signify. Speaking of biking, this is one that both my girls did when I told you I was into road biking. I did the Ironman triathlon, and so that's me on a bicycle, and that's, I don't know if you can see it, that's the birth of my son, which is kind of odd. But anyway, as you see these different striations of color, well, here you have some stuff that my son is doing, and so this has just kind of been a way for me to capture those pretty awesome stages of their life. So this is my setup. This is actually the alloy frame. This is specialized camber comp. And medium frame, and what I did was I started with a very base model, and I just started adding stuff to it because I really liked the feel of this frame. And so anyway, all I did was I took the rear derailleur off, and I put a 1x11 on it. That's just a pretty entry-level SRAM 1x. Let's see, the second thing I did actually was I found a pretty good deal on an aftermarket. This is a Yari fork that was taken off a new stump jumper, and it fit my rig really well, and it's nice to have that extra travel up front. Like I said, I had a dropper post on it, but I tow my son around a lot on a piggyback bike, and I don't want to break my dropper, but that was probably the single biggest thing I've done for it, is put a dropper post on it. But anyway, there's my rig. Specialized camber. It's great for a lot of these trails around Wyoming because you have, it's still a pretty aggressive build, but it's a comfortable bike to ride as well, and you can get pretty dirty with it. So anyway, there it is. Hey, what's up? I'm Ben. We're at the Beck Lake Trail System, Cody, Wyoming. You're sitting atop the, what they call where Ole and Lena's divide. Let's do some riding. going, fellas? Oh, man. Sad. Well, that sucks. We wanted to tear the park up, but we can't because I got a flat tire and I didn't bring a tube. Next time. Tip top. Did you see that tabletop?